My bad. One of these days I'll get that right. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Veterans Field here at Lakeside Park. Derek down here with you, Mabry Foster alongside here, where Saturday it was warm, and then, well, Mother Nature said we want the cold to be back, and so therefore we're back to the cold weather days here a little bit. About to bring you Mules Baseball and Mule Nation powered by RJ Marketing this afternoon, and the Mules, you saw them a couple of days ago, got a nice win over Mount Carmel, 7-3. Mabes, the story was Logan told us with a 3-run home run. I looked the wrong way. I thought I was going right field. Turns out I was going left field, and but it was good enough. But Mount Carmel tried to chip away a little bit. They cut it within 3, I believe. But then the Mules had a little bit of extra insurance toward the end there. But the Mules always going to get that first win of the season, especially here at home, and they have another opportunity to do that here today. Maves, what do you think? What do the keys are today, you think, for the Mules baseball team?
I mean, they just have to try to do what they did Saturday against Mount Carmel. Stay with their momentum the whole game, and just keep the offense rolling and stay strong on defense. Not giving up any bases and trying to keep them off the bases as well.
On the mound for the Mules is Boston Isaacs. We saw it was Ian Puckett was on the mound to start off things with the Mules. I thought Ian pitched a gem of a game. The Talon Hicksaball came in for relief. I thought he did a great job as well, and I thought the pitching was good for the Mules Saturday. Of course, Mount Carmel, they were trying to find ways to come back, but I thought the defense by the Mules, I thought they played sound defense, not really giving the Aces any chances at all. It seemed like, the momentum swung in favor of the Aces for a little bit, but then the Mules able to get some key stops, I thought, some key outs, and was able to get the win there. For Isaacs, we have not seen him pitch yet. But, he had a nice game Saturday at bat. What do you think of him on the mound here?
I've actually not seen him pitch yet, but I think he's a junior this year, so he's maybe getting ready for next year. He's going to be the pitcher, so he's proven his position here today.
We do have the lineups here for the Mules. I know they're on defense here, but we'll go ahead and mention here for the Mules batting order: Jesse King, Ian Puckett, Reagan Cavacci, Logan Tullis, Talon Hicksaball, Boston Isaacs, Logan Hodges, Jake Easton, and Caleb King. And in the positions here for the Mules, Jesse King will be out for center field. Ian Puckett, who started, he's over at first base. Reagan Cavacci at third. The DH is Logan Tullis. You'll see Austin Grieve out there playing right field. Meanwhile, shortstop is Talon Hicksaball. Also, Boston Isaacs, the pitchers we mentioned. Logan Hodges is the catcher. Second baseman is Jake Easton, and Caleb King at left field. And the first pitch from Isaacs is a strike. That's a good way to start off if you're a pitcher right there. And Isaacs gets the first pitch to be a strike. Nice pitch down the middle. Next one on the way. And that one is another strike. Tell you what, he's not really throwing the heat here, but good command here to start off here. Good control. Next pitch on the way from Isaacs. Struck him out looking. Nice job by Isaacs right there. Alright, that's one strikeout for him of the day. Try to keep the papers here together here due to the wind blowing. Mabry wanted to be cold again, so it's cold weather, unfortunately. It was warm, and we didn't have to wear coats on Saturday. Don't remind us, Mother Nature again. That one is a ball, a little bit low that time. I thought I had my phone out here. For South Central, I was not given their first names. I was given their last names, though. We'll go along with that for the batting order. Pitch on the way. That's a strike right there. It's all right. We'll make do with it. Live chat open, by the way, on Mule Nation. Tell us where you're watching from. Also wearing the gloves as well. It's kind of hard to look and see here. It says Shoemate. L. Shoemate is what we'll say. I don't have his first name down, but that is him. So Shoemate. Right now he sits back in the batter's box. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Swung on and missed at that one. And another strikeout. Isaacs already. Boston off to a good start on the mound. A couple of Ks for him so far in the early going. Moore is at bat. Moore wearing number 15, his first at bat. Again, just got underway here at Veterans Field. Boston Isaacs on the mound. Good start for him early. Want to keep this momentum going. Pitch on the way. And it's going to be low. Supposed to be warming up over the course of the week. I will tell you on Thursday, got a chance of storms. Rainstorms for Thursday. That one low right there in the middle once again. 2-0 the count, so the pitcher's falling behind this time in Isaacs. Boston with the next pitch on the way. This one's fouled over to right. Just a long strike going over. By the way, we'll like to tell you there was a vehicle Saturday that had their windshield was cracked. Thank goodness for insurance there. That was actually Logan Tolis' folks, I believe. That's the thing about whenever you're at ballparks. You know, you always got to watch out where you park at. Pitch on the way. This one's fouled back. Mabes did not wink, by the way, or flinch. I mean, flinch. I said wink. What I meant to say, blink or whatever. We'll go with that. I don't know what I'm saying here. The coffee's wearing off. All right. Next pitch on the way. That's away from the catcher there, Hodges, but no one on bases there, so he's all right. 3-2 the count's a full count, 2 outs for South Central. South Central Cougars out of Farina, Illinois. Next pitch on the way. Did not find the zone, and he's walked. So Moore has walked. And this time we have number 14, Shoemate. This is G Shoemate. Again, I apologize for not having their first names. I don't have them, so we're going to go off with the last names for now until someone on the live chat tells us who they are. Live chat open, by the way. Tell us where you're watching Mule Nation from. We'd love to hear from you. Keeping the papers here in the press box. That way they don't fly away. If they do fly away, we'll send Mabry to go get them. I would say Marty Slover, but he's not here. Anyway, regardless, Coach Slover from back in the day. All right. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Got the corner that time. That was a nice pitch right there. 0-2 the count. This time the pitcher's ahead in Isaacs. Shoemate looks on, pitch on the way. Moore is going to first, second I should say, and he's still second there. So nice in scoring position. South Central threatening early. 2 outs already for the Cougars offense. And see for the Mules defense here, see if Isaacs can get the K or maybe just get an out some way, somehow. Nice lead off by Moore over at second. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Couldn't find the zone. 2-2 the count. Deuces Wild up on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Still scoreless. Top of the first between Fairfield and South Central. Non-conference game. Isaacs awaits a sign. He looks back over at Moore. Nice little lead off there. Pitch on the way. And when it gets away. And it's a full count now. 3-2. Next pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3. Nice pitch right there from Boston Isaacs. South Central did have a runner on second and more, but he was not able to score. But Boston Isaacs, though, 3 Ks. How about that? Good start for Boston. As we go to the bottom of the first, we are still scoreless here at Veterans Field at Lakeside Park. Stay tuned for the Mules offense as they'll be coming to bat on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
If you're near retirement or thinking about retiring, you probably have questions. How do you make your savings last? How much should you take out and when? You're ready for retirement, but are your finances? Your Edward Jones financial advisor, Andrew Diesel, can help you build a strategy to make sure your finances keep up with your long-term needs. You've done what it takes to get there. Now it's time to make the most of retirement. Call our office at 842-4212 to schedule an appointment. Edward Jones, member SIPC, proud supporter of your FCHS Mules.
If it's in style, it's at Carnaby Square in downtown Fairfield. Christy and the girls at Carnaby Square are proud to have served Fairfield and Southern Illinois for over 40 years. With premium women's apparel, jewelry, accessories, and shoes from brands like Multiples, Charlie B., and Brighton, just to name a few. Whatever your style, the team at Carnaby can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, with extended hours till 7 on Thursday. Come experience Carnaby Square, the fashion leader, at 115 East Main in Fairfield.
All right, as we enter the bottom of the first inning, Boston Isaacs made brave about that. He did really well on the mound. You know, he got 3 strikeouts here early on, and I thought really he had nice command and nice control on his pitches.
It was the first nice 2 outs on the first 2 batters. Hopefully we can keep that up.
What's it like? You know, I know you played basketball, that momentum. You know, it's like you're getting that first points in there, and it kind of helps you out, don't it?
Yeah, it does. I've said this before, but it really sets the momentum of the game and kind of puts your team ahead mentally from the other team and carries on for the rest of the game.
Jesse King, he's at the plate right now. King, the center fielder, he ropes something over left. He's going to go through the infield for a base hit. Jesse King, he's got some speed, but he's going to go back to first. Nice hit right there by Jesse King. That ball, a little grounder right there, went right by the shortstop. I'll tell you what, that's a good way to start the Mules offense here. Getting that first hit in. This could be the start of things. And then I got Ian Puckett coming up to the plate. Ian, who I thought, again, had a great performance for the Mules last Saturday against Mount Carmel. He was a starting pitcher in that one. Puckett. Pickoff attempt, and King is safe over at first. On deck is Brecken Cavacci. Brecken was actually the catcher on Saturday. And then after that would be Logan Tullis. Gooderatz is the pitcher for South Central. Pickoff attempt. Woo-hoo. And he's safe over at first. Dirt equity, you will say. In this jersey, dirtied up and everything. Jesse is over there. Again, he's got speed. I mean, him and his brother Caleb, which we'll see later on, they both have speed. Kind of reminds me, you know, we saw Jake Easton, Mount Carmel. He was getting Bowser, giving him some trouble. By the way, we'll have a word with Coach Chris Fleener after the game. They had JV after varsity on Saturday. We were not able to cover that one, but he told me before he's going to come up here, so we'll get a few words with Coach. And get live chat open, by the way. Tell us where you're watching Mule Nation from. Love to hear from you. Next pitch. That's a strike right there. 3-1 the count on Puckett. Bottom of the first, still scoreless. Pickoff attempt, and Jesse just uses his long strides to get back over to first. Pitch on the way. He's going to go second. How about that? So, trots on over to second. King does. So now the Mules are threatening. King over there at second base right now, and all Puckett has to do is, I'm looking for the gaps here, Mabes. You know, we saw this against Mount Carmel's defense last week, was how that right center was wide open. High right there, and Puckett will walk over to first. Good patience by Ian at the plate. And now you got Brecken Cavacci coming up to bat. King over at second, Puckett at first. The Mules would like to take the lead here early, like to score the first run of this one. There we go, we're talking basketball again, Mabes. That's what we're talking about here a little bit. I'm still liking that basketball mug because the March Madness going on, so go along with that.
That's okay. I am too. Especially
Missed on that one there. Tell you what, I'm looking over at the defense for the Cougars. I see some space over at left side. Kind of reminds me, and that's a strike on breaking. Kind of reminds me of how Mount Carmel looked a couple of hits over to the left-hand side, towing the line over there, and then you got right center. So if I'm Cavacci, I would aim for those two spots if you can. King goes back over to second right there. Cavacci still at the plate. 1-2 the count on him. No outs. High and away on that one. So when someone have a radar gun, I like to look down and see the radar gun in action. No radar gun that I see. Gutierrez, he's looking on. Look at a King over a second. Good lead off there. Shortstop and second baseman. Bouncer over to third. Third baseman having trouble bubbling it up there. And how about that? Breaking, get over to first. Would you call that an E on that one, Mabes, or what? I would say a single, though. That was a bouncer of a hit. And I think the third baseman, I think he probably could have snagged that one. But, boy, that ball was hopping pretty good. We'll give him a single here for breaking. But
don't think he was happy about that one.
And he kind of – I'll tell you, that's the thing, too, when you have a ball like that's kind of hopping up and down. You're trying to kind of – trying to find that, what is it? You're trying to find that zone, that level to where you can snag it. It's not like that grounder that King hit earlier where it's like, okay, yeah, I see it, it should be easy to scoop up. But in this case, that one was bouncing. Those can always be the toughest ones to get. Bases loaded situation for the Mules, and Logan toes at the plate. We saw what Logan did on Saturday with a 3-run home run against Mount Carmel. So he's got power for sure. Wind blowing a little bit of a light breeze. Pitch on the way. This one's hit up high towards center, but not going to go very far, unfortunately. And Tullis is out. First out for the Mules offense. Little pop fly there. Talon Hicksonball comes up to the plate. Hicksonball, the starting shortstop, and a tall, lanky senior Hicksonball is. Pitch on the way. That's a strike right there down the middle. It's fouled over to the left. Didn't get very far there. Take a look at the live chat here. Rachel saying go Mules, by the way. Appreciate that. Any South Central fans on here, you guys are more than welcome. This one's hit over. Snagged by the... Didn't see that. Maybe I had my head down. Was it snagged by the shortstop, I guess?
Yeah, it was a good catch.
Okay, so Hicks the ball out. Good defense by the shortstop there. And I wish we had that list of the walk-up songs. I was going to mention that again. Boston Isaacs, he comes up to the plate. Boston, starting pitcher today for the Mules. Pitch on the way from South Central. It's away. Base is still loaded for the Mules here and still scoreless, bottom of the first. But the Mules, you want to see them at least get a hit here. Delivery on the way. A little high in the middle. 2-0 the count on Isaacs. Boston waits the next pitch. High. If I'm Isaacs, I just leave the bat resting on the shoulder. I wouldn't swing. I just let it go right by you. Pitch on the way. He walked. How about that? So we're talking about right there. Mules take a 1-0 lead. King comes home. Jesse King, that is, who had the single. And we have a timeout on the field for South Central. Okay, 23 in for Isaacs. Let's see, 23. That is Harv Kaiser. So hammering Harv at first for pinch running. Now, Harv was a DH on Saturday. believe that's Peyton Bates, I think, over at first base, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that looks right.
It's like I have to. It's like Sean Rush does not have a beard, but Peyton Bates does. That's how I had to look and make sure. Coach Fleener, Chris Fleener over at third. Get timeout South Central. Gutierrez still out there on the mound. And we got Logan Hodges at the plate. Hodges, a starting catcher for the Mules today. Bases loaded for the Mules still. 1-0. They have an early lead. Like to tack on more runs here. Like to have that cushion. 2 outs for the offense. And we thought about throwing it over to third. Talked about the pressure here. Here comes with Bowser. Back to Saturday. That's a nice pitch right there. At the inside part of the plate, strike one on Hodges. On deck is Jake Easton, by the way. Next pitch. This one's fouled over to the right. I don't know who's sitting over there, but I don't know if they blinked or not. Can't tell. Thank goodness for the fencing and netting for sure. 0-2 the count. 2 outs for the Mules offense. Hodges at the plate. Gutierrez looking. Pitch. That's fouled back. Made contact with it, just fouled it back. Still 0-2 the count on Hodges. Next pitch on the way. That's a strikeout. So Hodges just looks at that one. Strikeout for South Central. The Mules, though, they had some hits right there, but only was able to get 1 run in. We go to the top of the second. Fairfield 1, South Central 0. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
Carter Trucking in Fairfield is a proud supporter of our local student athletes and wishes each and every one of them a great season, both on and off the field. From rock, sand, dirt, and gravel to riprap, topsoil, fertilizer, cold patch, and more, Carter Trucking in Fairfield has everything you need to get your excavation and dirt work done right. They'll even haul the material and equipment to the job site for you. Located at 7 Williamson Drive in Fairfield, that's Carter Trucking. Call 618-842-2022.
Is insurance just a monthly payment to you? If so, remember why it's really there. To protect the life you love. Choose a company that sees you as more than a policy number. When you work with a Country Financial rep, you get more out of your insurance. More personalized home and car coverage to protect what matters most to you. More guidance without all the industry jargon, and more confidence that a real person will show up if something goes wrong. I'm Christina Copeland, your country rep here in Fairfield area. I care about the people in this community, and I'll take the time to get to know you so I can help protect you and your family. Call me at 618-842-2185 to experience more.
Back here at Lakeside Park Veterans Field, Derek Dunner with you, Mabry Foster alongside as Mules baseball underway on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. The Mules wearing their red uniforms today with the white numeral, white lettering with the black trim around. South Central wearing, I don't know what you would call it, like a blue, like a royal blue or navy blue, something like that. Kind of like a white lettering and everything. Friday, Illinois, South Central, that's where they're at. Some good athletes over there over the years. Pitch on the way from Boston Isaacs, who Boston had 3 strikeouts in the first. Looked really good out there for the Mules. Gutierrez, the starting pitcher, he's on deck. Let's see here. Also, I'll have to keep taking my glove off a little bit here. Didn't work on gloves that are a little bit better here a little bit. Dodson is up next. That one He's going to be fouled, actually. Will not count. Well, that's a lucky break for the Mules. The third baseman really did for that one. Just a long strike right there for Gutierrez, and 2-2 the count. Donson. He is next in the batting order, followed by Harold, the DH. After him will be Tuckstein. Boston Isaacs, pitch on the way, looking for his fourth strikeout. Did not go. Ooh, that was close, I thought. Okay. Well, regardless, 3 balls and 2 strikes is a full count here. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. This one's a bouncer. It's going to be foul left. South Central coach. Almost snagged that one there. Tell you what, that ball, especially how cold it is, might hurt might hurt your finger or hand a little bit there, the impact. Pitch on the way from Boston. Oh, it curves in. That's a strikeout. Oh, that was beautiful. Gutierrez goes down. That's Boston's 4th strikeout of the day. Tell you what, he's pitching a gem right there. Good start for Boston here so far. 4 strikeouts for him. Again, I apologize, I don't have the first names of these players, but Dodson is at the plate. Pitch on the way from Boston. Had the heat that time, but just low. No one won the count. Harrell is coming up next. He's the DH, followed by Tuckstein, who is actually the first baseman. Then there's a Gutierrez Gutierrez, he's the right fielder. So this one is hit deep, and that one is going to go all the way to right field, to the wall. Just a deep single right there. Good job by the Mules that time. Good job by the right fielder over there for snagging that one, preventing that could have been easily a double perhaps. But Dodson connects. And that's the first hit of the day for the Cougars of South Central. Right fielder that time was Austin Grieve. Swung on and missed right there that time. This is number 11, Harold, the DH. I'm sure he'd like to get his teammate moving here. Pitch on the way from Boston. Oh, that's a nice strike right there. Good pitch down the middle. Next pitch on the way. This one's fouled over to the right. And I lost my glove. My glove went somewhere. Oh, there it is. Oh, sorry, babes. Oh, I dropped my glove. No wonder. It's like my glove went somewhere, didn't know where it went.
It's been pretty windy. Maybe the wind blew it away.
No, I think I moved it and I accidentally dropped it. Pitch on the way. Ball's going to go away from the catcher, Hodges, and trotting over a second that time is Dodson. So now Dodson in second. Now he's in scoring position. 1-2 the count on the DH Harrell of South Central. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Mules lead here early. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. This one's hit weakly to the right side. Boston cover first. Gets the out. Nice job right there. The runner Dodson advances to third, though. I'll tell you what, he got there just in time, too. That ball was just weakly hit, a little bloop hit. So Harold, the DH, out. And now you got, make sure I'm looking at this right, Tuckstein. Tuckstein, who is the first baseman at the plate, number 25. Yeah, apologize here, folks. Don't have the first names of these players. Going by their last names here. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Zoom that one in. Nice pitch from Boston. Wonder if he has been to Massachusetts. Wonder if he's been to Boston, Massachusetts. You know, that I kind of wonder. If he hasn't, he needs to, though. He needs to go to Boston. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over to right. That was caught. Caught by the second baseman. That was a dandy catch. Good placement of the glove right there, preventing that ball from hitting the ground. And good job. That was actually Jake Easton with the catch. How about that? Good old Jake. So we go to the bottom of the second. The Mules lead the Cougars of South Central 1-0. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
In the financial services industry, there's nothing better than experience. And with over 50 years of combined experience, there's no one better than the Cougars Financial Group in Fairfield to help you develop a diversified investment portfolio. Whether it's retirement planning, college savings plans, stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or certificates of deposit, the Cougars Financial Group can help you plan and invest for the future, whatever your goals may be. Give them a call at 618-842-7855 to set up an appointment. The Cougars Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003. Let CSI Insurance Brokers in Fairfield help you navigate today's overwhelming insurance market. Whether you're looking for farm, home, auto, business, or life insurance, the experienced agents at CSI Insurance Brokers specialize in finding plans customized to fit your needs. Visit their website at csiinsurancebrokers.com or give them a call at 618-842-2193 for a quote today.
All right, back here at Veterans Field, Lakeside Park. Derek Dunn here with you, Mabry Foster alongside, and Jake Easton of the Mules, a senior, comes up to the plate. Jake's first plate appearance of the day. Had a nice catch to close out the inning. Ball gets away from the catcher. On deck, by the way, is Caleb King, the left fielder. And after we go back to the top of the batting order with Jesse King for the Mules. And then when we get on, be Ian Puckett. Pitch on the way for Gutierrez. See Gutierrez on the mound. Pitch on the way from Easton. I was going to say, by the way, which I thought was interesting, I was telling this to you, Mabry, off air, but the IHSA website was down. Don't know how long for, but the outage, the website couldn't access it. I thought that was interesting. That's a strike right there. Nice move up by Jake, just letting the bat rest, just kind of letting it rest right there. Letting it go right by him. 3-1 the count. And this one's hit over center. That's hit deep. Oh! And he made the catch. That was a heck of a leaping catch by the center fielder. But I'll tell you what, Jake had good contact on that one. And that was Moore who leaped up there and snagged that one. That was a good defensive play. So fly out to center for Jake. Again, well, that was good contact on that one. But great catch by Moore. Caleb King at the plate. After that, it'd be his brother Jesse. Caleb, I think for his first hit of the day, it's first plate appearance. 0-1 the count, first out. Live chat open, tells us where you're watching Mule Nation from. Barely missed him. He smiled about something there. I can't read Caleb's mind. I remember those two boys growing up, they were little kids. I go to my church, actually. Both the King Bros do. Time is 5 o'clock, by the way. Pitch on the way. I'm just glad we've already in daylight savings time where the daylight is longer. I don't mind playing underneath the lights, but it's cold on a day like this. I don't know if I would or not. Next pitch on the way. This one's hit over. That's going to drop. Second baseman can't make a play on it. And King just goes over to first. Nice hit right there by Caleb. Was able to find a gap right there. Went right over the pitcher, Gutierrez, and that'll work. And now you got his brother Jesse at the plate, who actually singled back in the first. Get the first hit of the game for the Mules. Jesse. Caleb over at first again. Both players got speed. Caleb's running this time. Shortstop fields the ball right there. No, he loses it. And Caleb's going to go over to third. Jesse's going to go over first. And Caleb stops at third. The King Bros run the corners. Great job by Caleb. He thought about stopping at second. Then when he saw the shortstop had trouble bobbling in, he just kept on going. And the Mules, they lead 1-0, but they're threatening again. Bottom of the second inning. And now you got Ian Puckett at the plate. Got some gaps right there in the corners of the diamond. A little bit of room right there. Right center will also be a good spot too. Puckett with the King Bros on the diamonds on the corners. Pitch on the Weasel showing signs of a bunt. That's a nice bunt right there toward the right side. He's out at first, but he does bring Caleb King home. And safe at second is Jesse. Good base running from those two. And that was a heck of a bunt. Dropped by Puckett right there. Like a sacrifice bunt. But it worked. And I love the bunting game. And they got Bregan Gavachi up at the plate. Mules now lead 2-0 over South Central, bottom of the second. They can do some more damage here. Mules offense with 2 outs. Gavachi hits this one. A bouncer going over to the left that time. And Locato's just fields it and says, there you go. Gavachi. He actually had a single last time he was up here. Pitcher Gutierrez looking again. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over to center. This one's high. It's going deep. And it is caught by Moore. Deep hit by Cavachi. Good contact, but just couldn't get over the wall. Get over the wall as Moore with a nice defensive play. We go to the top of the third. The Mules did get one across. They lead 2-0 as we enter the top of the third against South Central. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
When you bank with strangers, you get treated like one. Hi, I'm Michelle Garner with the Fairfield Banking Company, and each day we strive to make your banking experience top-notch. Whether you're opening a new account or buying your first home, it's important to us. You're not just another customer, and we're not just another bank. Stop by today at any of our 4 convenient locations, the Clay City, Flora, Louisville, and Fairfield Banking Company. We're the hometown banks and everybody knows your name. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
At FNB, we're proud to serve our customers and our communities. In fact, we've been doing both since 1903. And that's why whether it's at the ball fields or the business luncheons, the tailgates or scholarship night, we're there, in the background and the front row, supporting the cause, supporting our neighbors, and investing in our home, dedicated to truly serving our region. FNB, banking, business, life.
Welcome back here to Veterans Field, Lakeside Park. 2-0 the Mules. Got one runner across and Caleb King right there. And Mules had a couple of nice hits. Jake Easton had a nice deep hit to center along with Bregan Gavachi, but Moore, a couple of nice catches right there for South Central. As we go here to the top of the third again, Mules lead 2-0. This is Gutierrez at the plate. That's a strike right there. His reaction's like, what? Boston Isaacs on the mound. Isaacs having a nice game so far. 4 strikeouts for Boston. Pitch on the way. This one's fouled over to right. Out of play. 0-2 the count. Gutierrez. And after that, we go back to the top of the batting order with Hoover, the shortstop. Gutierrez. He is the right fielder for South Central. Pitch on the way. Couldn't find the zone. Didn't get the corner there. So low. 1-2 the count. 2-0 Mules lead. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. So I'm going to miss that one. He strikes him out. Boston Isaacs. What a performance by him so far. Still going in good momentum. He's just really locked in.
Mm-hmm. He's having a game.
Mapes, it's like you when you were playing basketball. we go back to the high-scoring games you had. He's kind of just in that groove. He's locked in. Mm-hmm. That's a strike right there on Hoover. Hoover was struck out by Isaacs, and Isaacs would certainly like to Strike him out again here. Hoover like to get a hit. Next pitch on the way. Well, that gets away from the catcher there. Fortunately, no one was on base there. Otherwise, for a while I saw a runner going. Colder weather, that's been the story here. The cold front coming through yesterday really changed things. And also the field, I was concerned about the field because we had some storms in the area last night, but it doesn't look too bad, really. I mean, this is certainly playable, so they must have tarped it then, because it looks really dry. Hoover at the plate. 1-2 the count. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. High out there at that time. About eye level. 50 degrees right now in Fairfield. By the way, forecast high tomorrow, 61. Yeah, I wish we had that. And then 75 on Wednesday. Well, I'd definitely trade in. 3-2 the count. It's a full count on Hoover. The shortstop. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. This one's popped up and out of play. They're trying to get in some more baseballs for the umpire. He said it's the last one. Isaacs with the pitch. Inside, couldn't find the zone. Being walked as Hoover. But my count, that's the second walk given up by Boston of the day. And El Shoemate comes up to the plate. He was struck out. The catcher for South Central. Pickoff attempt, safe at first. It's Hoover. Got some more live streams coming for you this week here on Mule Nation and Bobcat Nation, our sister channel as well. Shoemate steps back in the batter's box. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over. That's going to drop.
Good spot.
Yeah, that was a good spot indeed. Found the gap. Be a single for Shoemate. And Hoover, who was walked, is over at third now. So South Central threatening here, 2-0. Gonna get some more baseballs here, as the umpire said earlier. He's running out. All right. This is more the center fielder at the plate, more with a couple of defensive plays early on. He's at the plate, and he was walked in the first. Second plate appearance for him. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Couldn't find the zone, didn't get the corner. See what Moore does here with this opportunity. Obviously, you want to try to get your teammate home but try to chip away at this deficit, being down 2-0. Pitch on the way from Boston. That's a strike on the inside. Got backed away from that one a little bit. Moore did. Hodges giving Isaacs the sign. Boston pick off attempt at first. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over almost. The umpire had to duck and dive along with Easton as well. Run will score. And that's going to be a single right there for Moore. And now South Central's on the board 2-1. And we want to. That was an unfortunate spot to be in, I feel like. You know, when you have the umpire in front of Easton and he had to duck and dive, then Jake had to do the same thing as well. I don't know if Jake even saw it or not, but one of those times where it's like, you know, you couldn't really see it there. Maybe Jake did, I don't know, but it's kind of hard sometimes when you have someone in front of you, can be, so. I'm saying from Jake's vantage point, from his perspective, you kind of wonder from his view if he was able to see that ball coming toward him or not. Because the umpire really had to just really fall prevent being hit. Nonetheless, though, it is 2-1. Shoemate over at third, by the way. So he's in scoring position. South Central, there's a bunt attempt. Sacrifice bunt. Throw over home. And he's safe at home. So South Central's tied up 2-2. The Cougars have rallied back. And they could actually, with one out here for them so far, they could take the lead on this. Gutierrez, starting pitcher. He's at the plate. He was struck out by Isaacs back in the second. So he's looking for his first hit of the afternoon. This one is weakly hit. That is fair. Boston Isaacs had trouble fielding that one. He's out of first. Does advance the runners, though, for South Central. Now runners on second and third. 2 outs now for South Central. 1-3 put out. Dotson goes to the plate, which Dotson had that double back in the second inning. Dotson, a pretty big guy right there. He's got some power. Got to look at the ball here, check it. Two-two the score. Mules, they led 2-0, but South Central has rallied back. They tied it up 2-all. Pitch on the way. That's a strike right there. Nice pitch from Boston. Gets Dotson again. Dotson had that double. Next pitch on the way. This one's fouled back. Maybe he blinked on that one. Maybe you weren't supposed to blink. You blinked that time. I saw it. 0-2 the count. South Central like to take the lead here. They've not led yet. They've been down this whole time, but the Mules like to close that out, get that third out. Pitch on the way from Isaacs. Swung on and missed. That's a strikeout for Boston. Good job of the Mules defense there. Even though South Central did plate 2 across, but prevented South Central from at least scoring their third run of the contest. Strikeout right there for Boston so far. I will tell you that is his 6th one of the day. We go to the bottom of the third. Still, now we're tied up 2-2 between Fairfield and South Central. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Looking for a college that puts you first? At Frontier Community College in Fairfield, Illinois, you'll find small class sizes, affordable tuition, and faculty who care about your success. Whether you're preparing for a career, transferring to a university, or sharpening your skills, FCC is the place to start. Join the Bobcat family today. Discover why Frontier is the best decision ever. 618-842-3711 or visit us at iecc.edu/FCC.
Gill's Sales and Service in Fairfield has the brand name appliances you trust to make your life easier and more comfortable. Gill's carries new appliances from brands like Speed Queen, Crosley, and Frigidaire, as well as a full range of used appliances to ensure they have something for every need and budget. They also carry parts and accessories to keep your current appliances going strong, plus free delivery and installation within 20 miles. Going strong since 1951. Check out their website at gillsales at fairfieldwireless.net or call 618-847-7066.
Looking for a college that puts you first? At Frontier Community College in Fairfield, Illinois, you'll find small class sizes, affordable tuition, and faculty who care about your success. Whether you're preparing for a career. All right, back here at Veterans Field, Lakeside Park. Derek Dunn here with you. And so we have a pitching change out there, looks like. This is number 14. Shoemate on the mound. It was Gutierrez, but they made the change. So Shoemate on the mound for South Central. Again, I apologize, I don't have their first names here, folks. But G. Shoemate, he was actually the left fielder. Gutierrez, who was the starting pitcher, he's over at left field now. So they just swap positions. Live chat open, by the way. Tell us where you're watching Mule Nation from. Love to hear from you. Pitch on the way. High pitch right there from Shoemate. And for the Mules, this is Logan Tullis at the plate. Tullis looks at that one. Low that time. 2-0 the count. Tullis looks again. Shoemate having trouble finding the zone here. Again, this is his first plate appearance on the mound. First mound appearance, I should say. And if I'm looking, I just leave the bat resting on his shoulder. I wouldn't move it. Well, he hits it that time, and how come Chris Fleener didn't get that, I have no idea. But anyway, Chris said, I was too quick for me. I can't get that. So we'll give Chris a pass that time. 3-1 the count on Tullis. Shoemate, pitch on the way. This one's hit up high, and it's out of play. Please don't hit my car. I don't know where that went to, Mabes, but it went somewhere, we'll see.
I think it missed us, but.
Oh, good. Okay, well, let's hope to shout anyway. All right. 3-2 the count's a full count. 2-2 the score. Bottom of the third. Mules and South Central tied. Pitch on the way. This one's popped up again. Third baseman makes a read, or shortstop rather. Oh, he dropped it. Did not able to fill that well. The third baseman was also there too, and I call that an E actually on that one. That should have been catchable. We'll see an E on that one. And Tullis now at first. Talon Hicksonball up at the plate. Tell you what, those errors coming by the defense can be like turnovers and hoops. They could really hurt you. Pitch on the way from Shoemate. Loses the control of that one. Tullis. he slides over at second. It's kind of like someone pulling the rug out from underneath you. And like Logan was. He's trying to motor his way over a second. Can you imagine just falling down like that and trying to get up quickly? Pitch away from Shoemate. That one got the corner that time. Hicksonball looked at that one. Mules did lead 2-0 early on, but they would certainly like to get the lead back. They'd like to break this tie. Again, Talon Hicksonball, he's at the plate. Hicksonball. Boston Isaacs on deck. Tullis with a nice leadoff right there, being aggressive. Reminds me of Jake Easton a little bit from Saturday. Saw Jake do the Bowser over there. He's over second base. Jake was. Pitch on the way. High on the corner. You know, pressure may be getting to Shoemate a little bit on the mound with Tullis right there at second with a leadoff there. Decent leadoff. Pitch on the way from Shoemate. This one's connected over the left. That's a deep hit. Caught by the left fielder. Nice catch right there, and Tullis goes back over to second. Good hit right there by Hicksonball, but just left field fly out for him. It's a good catch right there by Shoemate over there at left field. Boston Isaacs, he's at the plate. Isaacs, starting pitcher for the Mules. By the way, Isaacs, Boston, 6 strikeouts so far of the day. Pitch on the way. That's high. Good job by the catcher there. That would have been dangerous. Tullis over at second. 1 out for the Mules offense. Nobody on the corners. 2-2. Score is deadlocked. Bottom of the third. Tullis over at second. Pitch on the way. This one's fouled over to right. Please don't hit someone's car. That's all we ask. Lands in a pond. Well, the was once a pond. Okay, we can live with that, but we don't want no cars to be dinged up and all that. I think it's get some more baseballs. I think they almost ran out earlier. I think they're going to send someone to get some baseballs, I think. So they're waiting for someone to say, go grab some balls here. Pitch on the way, outside. May have cooled off Shoemate a little bit right there, that little weight. Isaacs at the plate. On deck is Logan Hodges, the catcher. 2-2, bottom of the third. Logan Tullis at second. This one's smoked to left. This is deep, and that could be gone. And it is gone. It's a home run. 2-run blast from Boston Isaacs. Boston Isaacs connects. Boy, that baby was just blasted out of there. Boston Isaacs just crushed that one to left. Brings him and Logan home. How about that? I really had to look hard at that one because I thought it was in. The way where the ball was at, it was kind of hard to tell. You can see I saw where the ball landed, but I'm wondering, that fence right there, it kind of makes it as if like the ball was in front of the fence. But until when I saw the umpire say, hey, that was a home run, then there you go. But 2-run home run. Now the Mules retake the lead, make it be 4-2, bottom of the third. One out here. They can still do some damage. Logan Hodges at the plate. Yeah, we saw Logan Tullis hit a home run back in the first inning against Mount Carmel, and here another home run. This time for Boston Isaacs. Bottom of the third. Pitch on the way. Swung on a miss that time. Hodges did. He wanted a piece of that one for sure. Jake Easton on deck for the Mules. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over to center. Nice, nice deep hit right there. Moore getting back.
Oh.
Did he catch it?
I think he did.
He caught it. Wow.
He fell on the ground doing it.
He did too, Moore. Yeah, he fell on the ground, Mabes. You're right. Fell on the ground, made a nice catch. It's a heck of a defensive play by Moore because I'm like, boy, that was deep. So Hodges with a center field flyout. Boy, I tell you what, Moore has been a bright spot for him defensively out there at center. Saw him had that leaping catch earlier and falling catch. Easton at the plate, Jake. Jake had that center field flyout as well to Moore back in the second, so Jake would certainly like to get his first hit of the day. So nobody on the bases for the Mules, 2 outs, 4-2. Fairfield does double up their lead over South Central thanks to Boston Isaacs with a 2-run bomb. High that time. This one's weakly hit. Catcher is like looking all. Where'd the ball go? Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch on the way from Shoemate. That one does not drop in. Full count now for Jake Easton. On deck, by the way, is Caleb King. That's single. Back in the second. Pitch on the way. This one smoked to left. Jake gets that one. That one is going to drop. And Jake is he's going to stop about halfway and go right back. So a single for Jake Easton. Nice job by Jake right there. And Coach Fleener over there. Well, no, I think he would have been, if he would have went second, I think he would have been out right there. So I would think that was a wise move right there by Jake. Caleb King at the plate. Pitch on the way. This one's hit over to short. Shortstop fields this one. Over second, out. And right to the shortstop. Good contact by Caleb, though, on a 6-4 put out. Notice for the Mules, though, hey, a highlight. Boston Isaacs with a 2-run home run to left. And as we go to the top of the fourth, it's Fairfield 4, South Central 2. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing. Kaiser Farms is proud to support Mule Nation and the FCHS Mules. Ryan and Michelle Kaiser, along with the entire Kaiser Farms family, wish Harv and the Mules the very best of luck this basketball season. Whether it's farming needs or high-quality show pigs, Brian is ready to help you succeed. Give him a call at 618-838-9432. That's 618-838-9432. From the team at Kaiser Farms, go Mules!
Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler has you covered like no other with our exclusive warranty forever. No time or mileage limits and no cost to you on qualifying new and used vehicles. Just follow the recommended maintenance schedule and Warranty Forever covers 100% of parts and labor for failed powertrain components. Forever. Purchasing your vehicle at Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler gives you peace of mind with coverage you deserve. Lamont Chevrolet Chrysler, 412 East Main Fairfield, and LaMonsOnline.com. We have you covered.
So we enter the top of the fourth. The Mules lead 4-2. Mabry, how about that Boston Isaacs home run?
Yep, that was good momentum for the Mules. They kind of took a break from scoring there for a minute, so that put them back.
Yeah, it was deadlocked at 2 apiece, and boy, Isaacs, just connected on that one. But boy, I tell you what, if the Mules were to win this game, and they had to look back and say, what was a big hit of that one, I would say that one for sure, so far anyway. By the way, our live stream schedule for this week, all these games are weather permitting. Wednesday, Lady Mills softball playing Waltonville. That would be over at Southwest Park.
That was a good pitch.
Starting at 4:30. Thursday, softball versus Mount Carmel on that one. Lady Mills softball again. And then we got Bobcats baseball. That'll be coming your way here this Saturday. Doubleheader starting at 12 o'clock. And all those games are weather permitting. Boston Isaac still on the mound for the Mules. 6 strikeouts for him so far of the day. Ball, just a long strike right there for South Central's Harrell. Oh, that hit Harrell, hit by pitch, and go over to first. I keep want to call him Big H right there because pretty good size right there. So he walks over to first. I don't see a pinch runner in for him. Oh, we have a pinch runner in? We have number 2 for South Central and for Harrell. I wondered about that. So pinch runner in for South Central over at first. At the plate, this is Tuckstein. Tuckstein fly out to second over at Easton earlier. Back in the second inning. Isaac's delivery. Couldn't find the zone. Let's see here if I can find number 2. Okay, high stand. Hiestand. High stand. Throw over second. Out second. Throw over first. Double play! And the Mules with a double play. First double play. Tuckstein hit over left. Nice job right there with the Mules defense. It'll be a 6-4-3. How about that 2 outs that quick for the Mules defense? That's the first. We didn't see any double plays on Saturday for either team. Oh, it's foul back to the screen, and this is Gutierrez. Gutierrez, that is. He steps in. And I go back to the top of the batting order with Hoover. Gutierrez, the right fielder, pitch on the way. One and one the count, 2 outs for the Cougars of South Central. They did tie it up at 2 apiece earlier. Pitch on the way from Boston. That's a striker there, got on the corner. Good pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way from Boston. This one's hit over to Easton. Jake scoops this one up over first and out. All right. Well, the highlight was a double play turned by the Mules defense. Great job by those boys out there. And we go to the bottom of the 4th where it's 4-2 in favor of the Mules. Stay tuned to Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
Lamons Motorsports in Fairfield is your go-to dealer for new and used ATVs, side-by-sides, dirt bikes, motorcycles, and a large selection of travel trailers, compact tractors, and mowers. They have the area's best selection of top brands like Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, Kawasaki, CF Moto, Shasta, and Bobcat. Their factory-certified technicians and knowledgeable parts staff can help you find the right parts and accessories to repair or customize your power sports vehicle to keep it running safe and sound. Stop by Lamons Motorsports on Route 45 south of Fairfield or call 618-842-3848 or online at lamons.com to start your outdoor motorsports adventure today.
Looking for a convenient bank with a local touch? Welcome to People's National Bank. With our easy-to-use services and friendly bankers, we are here to make your banking experience smooth and personalized. From checking accounts to mortgages and agriculture loans, we're always here for you. Experience the difference with People's National Bank, where convenience meets community. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
As we enter the bottom of the 4th, it's 4-2, Fairfield leading South Central. Jesse King up at the plate for the Mules. Jesse, by my, again, I'm unofficial stats here. He's so far a couple of singles for Jesse of the afternoon. He'd like to make me 3 for 3 here. Shoemate still on the mound for South Central. 4-2, bottom of the 4th. Pitch on the way. Another strike. Ball dropping in right there about the corner. So Jesse waiting the next pitch from Shoemate. Highlight for the Mules so far, Boston Isaacs. 6 strikeouts for him and also had a 2-run home run last inning. We get 4-2 in favor of the Mules. Pitch on the way. High. Didn't get the corner. So 2-2 the count. Next pitch. This one's smoked over, and that's good. Oh, yeah. And there's he dropped it, and King going to go back to first. I was wondering if he caught that. It was like hard to tell from our vantage point. But we'll say Jesse gets a single out of that one. Kind of hard. It's just so hard to see when that ball gets so low like that. And I thought maybe he may have caught it. Left fielder did. Not the case there. So Ian Puckett at the plate. So Jesse King, pickoff attempt, and he's safe over at first. Get unofficially by my count, that's Jesse's 3rd hit of the afternoon. Pitch on the way. This one is fouled to right. 50 degrees the temperature here in Fairfield. I was looking here at the weather, by the way. Roller coaster of temperatures this week, by the way, as well. Tell you about that here in a moment. King slides back over at first. 51 today for the high. 61 tomorrow, 75. We have rain and storms on Thursday. It'll be 87 degrees that day. And then on Friday, 51. So roller coaster up and down here, Mabes, of temperatures. Now I said again, Caleb and Jesse trying to steal second. Playing low, trying to get right by. Up, and he is caught. Oh. Caught stealing. Good aggressive base running, though. Good try, good effort. But South Central that time gets an out of it, so... It's like this, hey, if you never try, you never know. And so King caught stealing right there. He's out. So now there's no one on the bases for the Mules. But, hey, you know, I've seen one out offensive surges before in the past. Pitch on the way for Shoemate. Tell you, he is just pitching high to me. His release is kind of like at a high point, and it's like he's trying to get that corner right there. Pitch on the way. See, that's what he's aiming for, Mabes. He's Even for that top right corner, it seems like he's really favoring it. And you can see Jesse's reaction earlier to one of the pitches was like, shook his head like, really? Pitch on the way. Yeah, he's trying to find that corner, you could tell. 3-1 the count. If I'm Puckett, I just leave the bat resting on the shoulder. This one's hit. Oh, gets right by the third baseman, Tuckstein. And Puckett goes over to first. And I don't know, maybe Tuckstein may misjudge it or not, but nonetheless, Puckett gets on first right there. And now we got Braken Cavacci at the plate. Braken, the junior for the Mules. Talked about Saturday, if there was a basketball goal nearby, you'd see this guy dunking it for sure. Pitch on the way. Oh, a breaking aggressive swing right there. Swung through that one to strike. CSX ain't go Mules. 4-2. Bottom of the fourth inning. And Puckett safe over at first. Should run a heater up here. That'd be nice. Shoemate with the pitch. Did not go. 1-1 the count. Shoemate keeping an eye on Puckett over at first. Puckett a little bit of a lead off. Next pitch. High that time. 2-1 the count. Pickoff attempt, and Puckett safe again. On deck for the Mules is Logan Tullis. Logan reached at first on an error. Say an E back in the last inning right there. High and away. 3-1 the count on break, and we'll see what Cavacci does here. Pitch on the way. Low in the middle, and he's walked. I was going to say, if he hit a home run, I'd say I want him to dunk it, actually, but not the case there. All right. Timeout called, South Central. 4-2, bottom of the fourth inning. Mules double up their lead here. Let's see what's going to happen here. Maybe we might get a new pitcher, and I think we are. And I think Moore, who's the center fielder, he may be given the baseball. Just kind of curious here to see, because I think Moore's been a bright spot for him defensively at center. Just kind of curious here, okay. So South Central, pitching change for the Cougars. Way right there that time. By the way, I'd like to mention here, Harper Holman for Bobcats softball was named the Region 24 Player of the Week for Frontier. Second softball player in history, program history, to be named that. First one was Samantha Finn back in 2017 by my count, by my research. So congratulations to Harper Holman for that. Harper, by the way, this is a pretty interesting here. She had a batting average of .360, 2 doubles, 6 home runs, 14 RBIs, 8 runs, and 1 stolen base. Harper Holman for Princeton, Kentucky, the Bobcat softball, Fletcher Community College Bobcat softball Player of the Week, Region 24. How about that? That news came out today, actually. Boy, Jeremy Ellis, they have won 6 straight, actually. Won 6 straight games. So good for Coach. Here we go. So that's pretty high honor, you know, when you're named Region 24 Player of the Week, when you got a lot of good softball players and the other teams and the conference and everything. Some say region, some say conference. I call it both, really. But Toa set the plate. Logan, he like to connect 0-1 here. Runners on first and second. So Ian Puckett over at second. Brecca Gavacci over at first. Mules lead 4-2, bottom of the fourth. Tell us a dangerous hitter. Inside, in the dirt. 1-1, the count, 1 out. Oh, we'll have Coach Chris Fleener come up here and join us after this one, so stay tuned for that. Tell us spin move right there. As if he was imitating Jake Easton on the hardwood in basketball. Maybe he may have got that from you too. He may have watched you play and did a little spin move right there in the lane. Oh, he thought about throwing a second. Ooh, I'll tell you what, that was close. Oh, yeah, pitching change. Let me see here. Yeah, it is Moore. Moore, who was a center fielder, again, he had some dandy defensive plays over center. He's the pitcher on the mound. This one's hit hard to left. Left fielder makes a read, makes the catch. Runners do not advance, though. Good contact by Logan that time. Yeah, maybe it's been another thing, too. You know, we've seen that for the Mules. I think the contact hitting has been good, but there have been times where they've just hit it right to the player. Mm-hmm. You know, the player, the defense has made good reads. And we'll go back to Moore earlier, and that's time it was the left fielder who made the catch. But Mules have made good contact, but it seems like they've had some good hits, but just kind of went right to that.
Yeah. Can't find the ball.
Yeah. Just really can't find that. Trying to get the drop and trying to drop in the gap. Good sized gap over at right center. The corners. And by the way, the outfield deep, by the way, too. Center fielder's deep here. For Talon Hicksonball. Hicksonball hit a long shot earlier that was just in. So he's got some power right there, the tall, lanky senior does. Hicksonball and a fly out to left. He liked to at least connect on one here. 2 outs for the Mules offense. 4-2, they lead. Bottom of the fourth. Pitch on the way. He went. 2-1, the count on Talon. On deck is Boston Isaacs, who connected on a 2-run home run earlier. Moore from South Central with the pitch. Outside. Three and 1 the count. Talon Hicksonball. See what he does here. That's away. Good eye by Talon, and he walks over to first. Boston Isaacs comes up to the play. Bases loaded for South Central with Isaacs, who just hit that home run last inning. Opens up the opportunity for a grand slam opportunity. Boy, that'll blow this thing wide open, too. But we'll see, though. We'll see what happens. But that would be nice for the Mules offense. But if you're Boston, just get a hit. And just get a hit anywhere if you can. Shoot for the gap. I still see a right center. Away that time. Moore trying to find that corner there. 1-0 the count. 2 outs for the Mules. Bases loaded situation. Boston Isaacs had a 2-run home run last inning. Hits that one toward the pitcher. Moore over first. Out. That's unfortunate right there for Boston. 1-3 put out. But for South Central's defense, though, they really needed that for sure. We go to the top of the fifth. Fairfield 4, South Central 2. Non-conference play on Mule Nation, powered by RJ Marketing.
As a family-owned business, you can trust Rush Appliance and Furniture in Fairfield and Carmi to give your family the same attention they give theirs. If you need a refrigerator, range, laundry repair, dishwasher, or furniture, they have the brands you know and trust like Speed Queen, Amana, Maytag, KitchenAid, Lazy Boy, Sealy, and more. And with service after the sale second to none, Rush Appliance and Furniture is your one-stop shop for all your furniture and appliance needs. Rush Appliance and Furniture, 118 West Main in Fairfield and 206 East Main in Carmine.
Teamwork makes all the difference, whether it's on the field, in the field, or on the court. At Sork Farms GP, located just south of Fairfield, teamwork is a part of everyday life. The Sork family knows that working together is the key to success, and they encourage the Mules to do the same. Here's to a great season. Good luck, Mules, from everyone at Sork Farms GP.
All right, back to Veterans Field, Lakeside Park. Derek Dunn here with you, Mabry Foster alongside. 4-2, the Mules lead, and Talon Hicks the ball on the mound for the Mules. Talon pitched in relief last Saturday, so he's feeling ready to go. A couple of days rest. Boston Isaacs, good game from him on the mound. Again, by my count, unofficially, Boston, he had 6 strikeouts on the mound. So we'll say 4 complete innings for him. Make a note of that here. But good performance of Boston on the mound. And let's see. Talon was the shortstop. They made some changes here, so I'm trying to see who is who out there. Okay, so 23, that's Harv Kaiser. Okay, so for the Mules, Harv Kaiser out there at third base now. So Harv's first action of the day. Brega Gavacci at shortstop. Trying to make sure we get everything situated here. Been made some changes. See who's at the bat here. This is number 3, and that's Hoover. Hoover, the